Oh, we're live, everyone. Didn't see the little red box at the front, at the top. I've been banished to my bedroom to do the video because there's a Fortnite competition going on in my living room, and it's a little bit noisy. And the ability to banish the Fortnite tournament into another bedroom hasn't worked. So it's okay. It's at least very quiet here. So anyway, hope everyone's doing well. It is Wednesday night, 8:30 at UK time. I think in the US, you guys are probably still at work. So if anyone comes on live, can you let me know that you're watching live? If you're watching replay, can you put replay in the comments? I hope everyone's having a good week and it's turning out the way that you want your week to turn out. I wanted to hop online tonight. I wanted to hop on a video tonight because I had a little bit of a revelation last week when I was talking to a friend. And I was talking to a friend. She was asking me about the business that I started a few months back. And when I was explaining it to her, she was asking me some questions. And I realized that there were a few misconceptions or things that I just don't think I've actually really ever talked about. And so I thought I would come on tonight and just quickly tell you guys about it, tell you guys about this business a little bit more, what it's all about, how to start, how it starts, how to start one, how easy and fun it is to start one, and what my plans are for it going forward. So anyway, there's going to probably be some of you that haven't seen that many of my videos before, that don't know me. Those of you that do know me, you know the story a little bit, but just to give you a really quick intro to me, I'm Tracy. I am an American living in London. I've been here for 19 years. I moved here to for my job in 1999. I was supposed to stay for 2 years, and I've been here since. And so I worked in the city here in the UK. I was in financial services previously. I was an accountant, studied to be I was an accountant in university, and that's what I started my career as. And as of last year, I left my my corporate job, and I've started working on a couple of businesses with my husband that we had started previously. So I've moved into full-time entrepreneurship. Um, the and in May of this year, I started another, what I'm calling my side hustle, or my shampoo empire, because it's loads of fun. I started this back in May, and it's a business that I started. It just appeared out of nowhere, and I saw that it was a really, really, really good opportunity, so I jumped in. But talking about business in general, um, what leaving a career and leaving a job and leaving a role that you have and leaving a consistent income and things like that, there are certain, it's not that it's just like boom, done. There's certain things that that happen before doing it that make it easier to do. So there's also things that are inside of all of us. I think that in talking to friends of mine that are in at the company I used to be at, or in other roles and things like that, there's things that are inside of us that sometimes our jobs that we're at day to day, our full-time corporate role, those jobs don't necessarily meet those. And I had gotten to a certain age, or I'm also a little bit stubborn. I don't really like being told what to do. I got to a point where I also just got really annoyed having to ask permission to do stuff. I'm very responsible. I I get my work. I would always get my work done, but sometimes it'd be faster than other people. If I had to go somewhere to be with my son, or if I had to take care of my son, go to a concert, this and that. Yes, I was able to do it, but it was always asking for permission. Is it okay if I can do this? Is it okay if if I can be in late this morning? And it was just a little bit it was getting old after a while. it, my son is 10 years old now, and I worked full time after I went back to work when he was about 5, 6 months old, and was working full time. And it became really hard also to not be there in the afternoons when he got home. That's what I remembered as when I was growing up with my mom being there and things like that. But I also wanted to do more. Like, I wanted to be able to travel more, but I didn't want to do it for work. My husband and my son would be able to take, the full summer when there's summer holidays, and I'd go back and forth. I wanted to be able to do that. Um, but it all was about income. It was about money, and wanting also to have some extra. And part of my a week birthday, my husband lost his job, and I had my job. He had another job right after that, and then he moved into some entrepreneurship, and he started businesses before I joined up with him. But the thing that drives me and makes me so passionate about telling people about how they could start something on the side is because you never know what can happen. You never know in life what could come around the corner. And actually having something else, having another stream of income, or having something else that you're doing on the side that also gives you, a hope, or gives you inspiration, or gives you something else that you own, so that it's not 100% solely on your job, that also helps protect you and helps protect your family, because you never know what's actually going to happen. And that for me was, as he started building businesses and we started doing it together, that was one of the drivers, was, wanted to have some extra income in our pocket, just in case something else came around the corner. But we also wanted to develop something that was easy and a bit simpler, so that, it wasn't taking up 100% of our time. We could enjoy time as a family, but we could build an income that came in. So one of the things that we started doing was, and long story short, guys, I'm a businesswoman, so I do see trends, I see gaps in the market, I see where things are beginning to move. And so where I tend to move is say, okay, well, that could be a skill, or that could be something that I might want to get to know, or I might want to learn, or I might want to start doing, because that seems to be where things are shifting, or that's a great opportunity. So I saw that, so much was happening online, so much was happening in e-commerce. A lot of things, there were opportunities to build businesses on the side, learning some e-commerce. And so that's what we started doing. And so, as I've mentioned in a couple of videos, we've built a couple of things around Amazon, and so we sell some products on Amazon. And it's a great model, and it's a very different model than what I was used to in the corporate space. It's different than other types of side businesses where, like, let's say you have real estate, or you have other things that you do. It's not as much capital that you have to invest, but it's capital. You still have to invest the money. You still have to build your own processes. You have to build your own marketing. You have to build your own website. You have to do, there's just a lot to do around that actually, it's great to learn, and it's a fantastic skill to have, but it takes work. So back in May, we're in the depths of building our various things, and an opportunity arises, and it's this company, and it's named Monate, and it's a hair care company. I'll tell you more about it. I have to pull out my notes because there's so many cool facts about it. And I was offered the opportunity to join as a partner and to build a business with this. Now, it's an MLM. It's a multi-level marketing company. And initially, I was kind of like, not so sure about that. But this felt different. And as I said before, the way that my brain works is I saw the opportunity. And what I saw in the opportunity was, initially, It could be another stream of income for the family, so I could bring in some additional stream of income for the family. There was a very low investment, like very, very low, and there was no additional investment after that. So that was appealing. And the company itself was at it's kind of at the ground level of its own niche. So there's not much competition. So the great thing about that is getting in at the ground level and with a company that's growing and that's growing significantly. And so when I saw that, I was like, why not? Why not? And to be honest with you guys, it has opened up so many things in my life in the last few months. It's pushed me out of my comfort zone. It's brought a lot of fun and fantastic opportunity. So I wanted to tell people more about it because as I was talking to this friend of mine, when we were talking about starting the business, she said, "Oh, do you have to invest, a lot of money?" And I was like, "No, not at all." And I'll get to that in a few minutes because it's really kind of like, wow, that's not much at all. So, but one of the things that I was also looking for, so if I was going to start something, if I was going to partner with another company alongside the other things that I am doing, I had to make sure that I was surrounding myself with like-minded people who were going for big things in their life. They wanted to succeed. They wanted to do things for their family. They wanted to serve others and give back. But they also needed to be fun. They needed to be lots of fun. They needed to be kind. And, yet again, it was the whole serving of others and making sure that whatever the product was that the business was driven on also fit with the way that I lived my life and also tick the boxes around that. So those were kind of my parameters. So it wasn't like it was an easy score for another business to join up with another business, but this one ticked the boxes. It ticked it all. And it's the fun parts, the really awesome part. So let me tell you about the company, okay? The company's name is Monate. It stands for Modern Nature. It's a family-owned business that started 4 years ago. It's still family-owned. It's based in the United States. We specialize in anti-aging luxury hair care. And the hair care it's all naturally based. It's chemical free, toxin free. It's a consumable product as well. So it's something that people need and it's something that people actually use every day. So in looking at things that, when you look at a market, when you look at actually a product to sell, so to speak, the best types are the consumable products. But the other benefit of this product is the fact that you're not changing someone's daily habit. Everyone washes their hair. You're not having to teach them something new about their health. The product itself is natural. It is healthy. It is vegan. It's clinically tested. It's leaping bunny, so it's not actually it's cruelty free. What it means, it's gluten free, and a lot of the nasty stuff that's in a lot of the other products has been taken out. But what they've added in is based on all their clinical work and their in-house R&D, and they've added beautiful ingredients and oils that actually help the hair to repair itself from the inside out. And the stories and from any age have been incredible. So the thing that's great about it as well, the products, there's a 30-day money back guarantee on the products. So even if you use everything, if you use the entire bottle up and you don't like it, you can return it, you get your money back. But the cool thing about this business is there's a less than 1% return rate, which means that people are happy with the product, which means that people actually are finding the results in it and they really do enjoy it. The product actually saves time and money for people because your hair and your scalp and things get so healthy. First of all, you use less. We have 40, most products have 60% water. We have 40%. So it's much more concentrated, and it's you use less. And because your hair is healthier, you wash your hair less. So actually, you save yourself time as you use it. The opportunity itself is relatively limitless, and it really, really, really is a word of mouth business. It's not a hard sell business. It's not a business where you're knocking on doors. It's a word of mouth business, and you can actually make an income from it. I'm going to give you some examples of people that in my team and what's happened with them. One woman in 13 months, and one woman in the last since just before May this year. Just to give you an idea about the market, and this is also where my business brain comes in. The premium hair care industry, it's a $40 billion market. It's projected to grow to 59 billion in the next 2 years. It's exploding, and Monat, Monat's the fastest growing hair care company in the world. And we're going to probably surpass the number one hair care company in the world in 2019. No one else is in this niche. We are unique to be in this niche. To give you an example about the company and its success, it's in its fourth year right now. In its first year, it was projected to make $1 million in revenue, or $1 million in sales. They made 27 million in their first year. The only other company that actually did the same was Instagram. So think about it. Instagram, what's that worth these days? We're in our fourth year, and the projections are that this year or early next year, the sales will hit $1 billion. The company is in the UK. It started in the UK and Canada. It just moved to started in the USA and Canada. It just moved to the UK in May of this year, and it's going to be expanding. To show you the quality of what the company actually does, the US has doesn't have as strict laws in terms of what can be put into personal care products. So you can look at a label on a shampoo or a body cream or anything like that, and you won't be able to understand half the stuff that's on there. But most of those chemicals aren't actually allowed in Europe. Now, when they came to the UK and they launched in the UK, they didn't have to change one element of their formula. They didn't have to change any ingredient because they worked to the highest standards to make sure that they don't have to change anything. And their products actually, they're just awesome. The company it's at the ground floor level right now, but it's established. So it's not like it's joining a company that, is it gonna keep going? The parent company, so the family that started this business, they started Monat. They started their original business 15 years ago, which is the parent company of this. So everything is solid. The company is actually debt free, which is amazing. Just one moment. My video. So companies debt free. And in terms of the compensation, it isn't a multi-level marketing company. But what's different about this company in terms of their compensation and how they pay people who are partners is they pay out 50% of their income to their partners. Other MLM companies only pay out about 30%. So they pay most out of any. Last point. If you were to join and become a partner in the business, you don't have to hold an inventory. You join with a product pack, and that's all you're required to buy. And I'll get into that in a second. So now they also do something when they're new in a market. They start something called a founders pool, and in this founders pool, what they do is they take the revenue that they pay out as their commissions, and they take 1% of that revenue, and they put it in a pool for those that are considered founders. I'd like people to guess how much the founders get paid in the US. And there are more founders in the US. The UK just started. And the UK now has 5 founders. In the US, the founders that are in this pool, they on average get paid about $6,000 every quarter on top of the other commissions that they are managing. So from an opportunity perspective, anyone that were to join this business within Monat's first year in the UK or in another country, they have 12 months to reach a certain level where they will have the opportunity to become a founder. So if you think about it, there's only 5 people in that pool right now. And from a revenue perspective and from a potential about additional earnings, that's pretty awesome and an amazing opportunity as well. So, I look at this and go, if you look at how the company's growing, if you look at the fact that there's not really much any competition for it in the niche that it's in, if you see how it's actually growing, if you see the revenues it's earning, if you see how it actually pays its people, if you see the quality of its products, it's very interesting. I personally think it's very interesting. I wouldn't be involved if it wasn't. But think about it. If you had known way back when about Instagram, if it had been public at the time, at the beginning stages of it, would you have invested in it? If you had known that Amazon stock was going to be what it is today, way back when Jeff Bezos had his desk that was an old door on top of 2 cartons in a garage, would you have invested in it? What about Apple? Think about it. I mean, it sounds, it's not that far-fetched because it's an amazing, off the ground opportunity. Now, that's the business side. Let me give you some examples of some of the women that are in my team, and the success that they've had, because, people hear this stuff and they go, okay, that's great, but, could I do that? Well, the leader of our team, I'm part of a really fun team of women. When I first joined, there were 8,000 in this overall team, and now there's 15,000. That's how quickly it's growing and expanding. The women in the team are amazing. The leader of the team, she started with Monat in September 2017. She and her husband were like 90,000 in debt. As of today, she is an executive director of the company. It's one level down from the top, and she and her husband are completely debt free. She's built a team of 15,000 people, but she hasn't done that on her own. And that's the fun thing about this model, is the business replicates and it duplicates itself within the teams. So she didn't bring 15,000 people on herself, but her team has grown to 15,000 in 13 months, and she's at the top level of the company. Doesn't happen that often. Another woman who's here in the UK, she had never done MLM stuff before. She does something on Amazon like I do. She had another business as well, so she had a couple of things going on, and she got into this business. She is now the 5th founder in the company here in the UK. I mean, she's having a blast as she's doing it, and it's been an amazing trajectory for her. So the company only came here in May. So if you think about it, there are huge opportunities to be able to grow a business with minimal investment, but also to help others along the way. Well, let me tell you how things get started, okay? And why I'm actually talking about it this month. Because I've been doing this since May. I haven't been this explicit about it. But I thought it was worth explaining, because I wouldn't be helping others if I didn't actually make it clear about how it actually worked. So the way that it works is, there's 3 ways that you can actually work. You can benefit from using the products within Monat. You can buy them as a retail customer. You can buy them as a VIP customer, which means you get discounts. You get 15% discounts. You get access to flash sales. You get access to special things. And then you can join as a market partner, which is what I did. When you join as a market partner, you get 30% off the price. You also, anything that is sold to people by you, or anything that is sold in the team that you build, you get commissions on that. So you actually earn money by recommending things you love to people that you love, and to friends, and to other people who admire the fact that your hair just looks rockin' awesome. So think about it. You earn money from the fact that you're recommending things that are great. But this is how it goes. So when you join as a market partner, you join with a product pack. So you need to buy a product pack. And those product packs, there's different ranges of it. So there's like, the initial one, and then they go to different levels. What's happening this month, though, this is why the company is actually really, really cool. They give incentives every single month because they want you to grow your business. They want customers to receive the benefit of these beautiful products, but they want you to grow your business as well. So the incentive that they have this month is that they, in the US, they're discounting the product packs by $150. And in the UK, they're discounting the product packs by £110. So essentially, 100 with the exchange rate, it's about the same. So you guys don't need to do the math. But so you can actually start a business for under $100. You can start a business for under £100. And that's all you need to actually invest. If you were an existing VIP customer, it's even less, because what you've paid, when you joined with the one-time fee as a VIP, that goes against whatever you do as a market partner. So again, it's just, I've started businesses, guys, and you can start businesses where, let's say you do consulting or whatnot. It's 100% your time. It's 100% giving this, and that's wonderful. You can start a business that actually has products or services, and in many cases, you have to actually invest a significant amount of money to be able to do that. And the risk versus reward that you have in those businesses, the risk might actually be greater than the amount that you've actually invested. So you have to think about that as well. In this scenario, and all the people that I've trained with in business, and the people that are super successful, what people look for is and I'm going to get a little bit technical here, guys, so I don't want to lose you. But what the most successful guys look for is they look for something called asymmetrical risk reward. So what's the upside? And what's my downside? So if I'm going to invest $1, but I have the ability to make $5, that's pretty asymmetrical. But I want to only lose $1. If I'm going to lose anything, I only want to lose $1. So if you look at the Monat business, you buy your product pack. You invest less than $100. If you hate it in 30 days, you can return it and get your money back. So that's, you won't lose anything. But in terms of going forward and building the business, you're not required to put any more capital in. So you don't have to hold inventory. You don't have to have a minimal quota of what you actually need to have on hand. It is your business. It is your choice. It is what you actually want to do with it. If you want to spend a bit more on products and however you want to do it, it's your choice, but you don't have to. You don't have to invest more. So that is a total bonus, guys. I mean, trust me on this one. Anyone who started a business knows that, if you can start something with the least amount of capital possible, but you have the opportunity to earn significantly more than that, that takes that box. That's definitely a win. So as part of this promotion, they still want you to build the business. So there is a little bit of a caveat. And to get the credit that they're giving, so the $150 in the US and the £110 in the UK, they want you to build a team. So they want you to have one partner join and have one VIP customer. In the US, I think it's within the first 30 days. In the UK, I think it's within the first 45 days, as it's a new market. And that is so doable. Now, as part of building this business, and this is one of the things that's really, really important, is what support do you have? What support are you given in all of this? So not only, would I be personally mentoring anyone who wanted to join and come join me, but we have the training that we're given, the tools that we're given, everything is basically a business in a box. It's there, it's ready. The tools and the process are there, and we are there to help everyone rise to their strengths. So what our role is to help people build their businesses based on what their strengths are. So people will say, "Oh, but do I have to be online like you are, Tracy?" You don't have to. You don't have to do videos like me. That wouldn't have to be the case. If you like to, people say, "Oh, but do I have to throw an event?" You don't have to. You can do it in your own way. If you like to have face-to-face conversations with people and that's how you are, then that's the way you want to do it. If you like to throw parties and events, go. Awesome, fun. If you want to get on and talk about things online, brilliant. That's also an amazing opportunity. And all the tools and all the training is there to be given to people. And I have to say, like, I've bought a lot of training in the last couple of years as we've been learning how to build these different businesses and trying to learn new skills. And the trainings that we're getting would actually cost a lot of money, but we get them free. So and the support system of the people that are engaged in this business, the amount of experience that a lot of these people have, and there are men and women in this organization. So the support structure and the experience is phenomenal. In terms of who's doing this business, who does it? Not everyone does it full time. A lot of people do it on the side as a side hustle, and some people have built it so great that they are doing it full time. There are people that have been able to leave their jobs and do this because it's building. So who's doing it? Well, there's moms that are doing it. There are teachers, military wives, nurses, grad students, university students, people who are still working in their corporate jobs so want to do something on the side. People who work for themselves already, have other businesses, but would like an additional stream of income and some additional skills that come with that. So, even though there's a little bit of an incentive, there's as part of the incentive, they want you to build the team. It's pretty cool, actually, because if you find someone else in your life who's ambitious, like your best friend or another friend, someone in your life who's a little ambitious, a little hungry, wants to create something for themselves and their family, wants to learn something new, wants potentially, to build some more connections with people, maybe doesn't necessarily care about the stream of income, but wants to be able to travel a bit more, wants to be able to meet more people. It's all here. So it gets quite easy. If people sign up, you get involved in our group, and we get you started, and we're there with you every step of the way, holding your hand to make sure that anyone can start their business on the right foot. So to be honest, guys, like, there's really no competition in this business. It's a fabulous business, and even though it's like pushing up against the #1 hair care company in the U.S., not that the thing is that I talk to people about it. They're like, we've never heard of it before, and that's awesome, because then that means there's that much opportunity. I want to talk about one more thing, and then I know it's late, so I'll let everyone go because I do have to get a Fortnite playing boy to actually go to bed. But it's the things that I've gotten out of it that I didn't expect. So I've talked to you about the opportunity with my business hat on and my business brain, and why, from an income point of view, or why from a giving yourself other options point of view in terms of income or something else to fall back on, why this is a great opportunity. But there's some softer sides to this. And when I joined up with it, when it appeared in my life, I had been thinking and wanting to have more connection. I wanted to be able to connect with people more. You know, I had been in an office for 23 years, surrounded by people every single day. Working on my own is fantastic with the freedom and the ability to do what I want, but sometimes we don't have the same level of connection. But I also wanted to work with people who were fun and who shared the same amount of values that I had, that what the type of values that I had. And that was really, really important. And I have to say, I have met the most amazing group of women across the globe who I'm now friends with, who actually are really here to support the other person. You know, I know coming from a corporate environment, even though we all said we supported each other, there was always an element of competition there. And the thing about this business is that I can't be successful unless my team is successful. And my team can't be successful unless their team is successful. And so everyone is working together to help everyone to be successful. And that is something that, you know, is priceless. You don't get that often. And it's fun. The company is fun. You know, I talk about visualization a lot. I talk about visualizing some of the things that you want. And sometimes it's really good to have examples of what other people are achieving that you can see to visualize. So, for example, the company every year, they pay for, when you get to a certain level, they pay for you to go on these trips. They pay for you to go to different conferences that they have, or they pay for you to, they give you rewards, which is travel. And certain level of people, or people who had gotten to a certain point, in November, they all received a paid trip to the Bahamas. So I want to be there next year. I want to be in the Bahamas. And I hope other people would want to join me in there. So, so, you know, when it comes to trying something new, when it comes to, you know, looking to start something on the side, in many cases, guys, the stars aren't going to align perfectly so that it's ideal and right. This is the right time. But what I can tell you is, if it sounds interesting, if it sounds like an amazing opportunity, if it sounds fun, if it sounds like, well, that's not that big of a deal to actually spend less than 100 and start a business and have fun and meet lots of fun people and potentially be sent on trips and help people. I'm here to serve you guys. I'm here to serve people, whether or not it's just they want to heal various issues they've had with their hair, they want to make it better, or if they want to start their own business. Because my passion is to make sure that everyone has an option. Everyone has something that they can build on their own, and they know that they can work to their strengths and create something, and everyone can do it. So that's really where I'm coming from on this. So let me know how I can serve you. Let me know, you know, how I can help you find what you're looking for, whether it's the business side or it's on a product side, or if it's just something about making a change in your life in general. Look, I've been making loads of changes over the last few years, so I am very happy to help and listen and give people advice. So send me a PM. You can mail me. You know, let me know, you know, how, if you'd like to join my amazing team, if you'd like to find out more information, if you'd like to just talk a little bit more about it. I am here. I'm here to help. And, you know, I actually hope other people can receive the benefit of the gift that I've received from joining this opportunity. I have a separate Facebook group where I post the different offers and things like that. If there's something that you want to understand a little bit more based on what I told you about the product packs and the discount that they're offering this month and how it could help anyone who wanted to start a business, just message me and we'll chat about it. So thanks you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this was quick enough. I know it's a little bit late. What do you think the likelihood is that I'll be able to get someone off Fortnite? Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to watch something on TV tonight, but I think I can now maybe get my TV back. I hope. So hopefully this was clear. Hopefully it made sense. Hopefully, I know I've been rather explicit about what this business is and what the opportunity is, but I just felt like I'd be doing people a disservice if I didn't talk about it more clearly. And and I hope it has been clear. So let me know if you want to find out more. If there's someone in your life, let's say it's not even you, but if there's someone in your life that you think this might actually really resonate with them, I'm going to be saving this video on Facebook. I'm going to be posting it to Instagram, but I will also be saving it down on YouTube. And what I'll do is I will paste a link to the YouTube video in the feed here, and that can be passed around to anyone. So that will be live tomorrow morning. But guys, loads of fun. And I think, yeah, just let me know what everyone thinks. And I'm wishing everyone a fabulous, fabulous night. I hope everyone's enjoying the run up to the holiday Christmas season and probably end of school and everyone starting the holidays and not having to get up early in the morning and run to school. I am. But anyway, sending everyone love, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.